Paul Dennehy. I teach 9th grade integrated science and 11th and 12th grade zoology at Danville High School. In 6 years, I don't think I've ever had a single class that did not have at least one learner with special needs in the class. I'd say the biggest challenge that they face is that in addition to having to show mastery of the content that they're supposed to be mastering for the classes, which in my case are science classes, in many cases, they also have to struggle through reading at a level that's higher than what they're comfortable reading at, or doing math that is at a higher level than they're used to. A lot of times there are multiple different ways to ask the same question. You can ask a question in 5 separate steps for one student, whereas for another student you could throw all the steps at them that they have to do at once. So breaking it down into a step-by-step process definitely helps. That also goes for projects. If there are projects that are going to be presented, one student you might be able to just hand a rubric with everything that's required and say, have at it. For another student, you might need to break it down and say, on day 1, we're going to put this together. On day 2, we're going to put this together. On day 3, we're going to put this together. So everything is set into steps like that. In addition, I give note guides to some students. Once again, for some students that are able to write very quickly, you can throw information up on a board, they can write it down really fast and be done with it and comprehend it. For other students, just the act of writing all the material down would take 100% of their concentration and they wouldn't be learning any of the material that you're actually explaining. So I have one student this year who has difficulty with her vision. So I've placed all of the exams and quizzes onto Google Classroom. She has a computer, she opens it up, and I open access to her on the days of tests and quizzes, so she can sit there with her laptop open and zoom in on everything and make it as big as she needs it to be on the screen, which works a lot better than just trying to print something out. There needs to be collaboration, especially at the high school level, because a lot of these students I see for 40 minutes out of the day, and that's it. And they're in a room with 25 other students, and in some cases I'll have as much as a third of the class all have IEPs, and they all have some kind of special needs. And by the time I could figure out the specific needs of that many students who have special needs, only seeing them 40 minutes per day, we would be a large chunk of the way into the school year, and there would be quite a bit that they had missed it. Don't be inflexible. Flexibility is important. If you are inflexible and rigid in your thinking and your methods of presentation and unwilling to modify what you're doing when it is clearly not working, then you're not going to be a good teacher.